I asked a priest friend who liked me.
How much you pay him?
I did. And
to be your friend.
This was
Had to be a lot.
before you.
Oh,
this
wow.
was before you.
Wow, that was a long,
You were
long
a whippersnapper.
time ago. Yeah.
I said, Father, if you had to pick one thing, one reason that convinced you that the Catholic Church is true, what would it be? He said, the system works. What do you mean? The liturgical system, the clerical system? He said, the moral system works. You see that, don't you, Father?
Well, sure. Why does it work? Because it's revelation of God. You know, God sets it in place. The reason it works is because God is the creator of the system. You know, that's how we know that, you know, when we hear things like, for instance, people say, live for yourself. I used to call it years ago, before I knew you, the Burger King theology. You know, the Burger King theology.
Before you started taking my stuff and using it in your homilies?
But remember the old commercial Burger King, it says, have it your way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, and that's what the world says, have it your way. And God comes and says, no, 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 you'll never, ever, ever find happiness if you have it your way.
That's counterintuitive.
Exactly. You know, God says, if you give up your life, you'll find life. It's very counterintuitive. When you forgive, you'll be forgiven. When you sit there and you live for others, you will find fulfillment.
If I stay faithful to my wife, I will be most happy.
Absolutely. And that's the point, because the system isn't a system built on rules. It's a system built on God. And so it's a system built on love. It's a system built on self-sacrifice. It's a system built that God set it in place to truly give us life. And so when we are people that start living the way God created us, the system works. When the fall happened, it was a breaking of the system, right? God set up the system. Everybody was at peace. That was the pre-fall state. At peace with God, at peace with one another, at peace with nature, and at peace with ourselves. When the fall happened, bam, we're not at peace with God, we're not at peace with others, we're not at peace with ourselves, and we're not in peace with nature. And so when we go back into the system, the way God created it, everything again falls into place.
Do I have to find this out on my own? Do I have to live it and go, oh, gee, I didn't realize I'd be happier this way. I never thought that.
Well, some people can do it, I think, because it's built into us. You know, that's why a pagan can live their life for others and find some kind of peace. Because it was built in, we're created in God's image and likeness. But God came and not only taught us it, but He showed us it. He showed us how we live this in the life and the death of Jesus Christ. So He didn't just say, hey, I want you to live this life and it's going to be fine for you.
Trust me.
Yes, He says, boom, I'm going to come get inside of you and I am going to show you how to live this. And then He shows us with His life, living for others, with His life, suffering for others, with His life, rising for us. Retaliate. Exactly. Love your enemies. Do good to those who persecute you.
That makes no sense, love your enemies.
I know.
Those are people who want to hurt you.
Exactly.
These are people who say nasty things about you.
And isn't that the number one thing? Wow. If we could just learn that, we have to start. These things that Jesus taught us, we got to learn we can't dismiss them. We need to live them.
What if I can just pick some of them?
Well, isn't that what everybody wants to do when it comes to following Jesus? That's why we have so many people that follow Jesus but don't have peace, because they don't follow Him as a disciple, they follow Him as a fan. I'm a fan of Jesus,
I like that.
But
I'm a fan,
I don't want to be a disciple, because that's going to cost me everything. But that's when you're going to find true life. Being a fan ain't going to do squat for you.
A fan is like, hey, Jesus, you're doing a good job there.
Exactly.
All right,
and I like a couple things you're saying.
Yeah, I wish I could be more like you.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not a disciple. And I think that's the crisis of the church today, is we need more disciples and less fans.
And the disciples are the folks who
have committed their life
works.
And have committed their life to the person of Jesus and no longer live, but let Jesus Christ lives inside of them and through them. It's an altogether different way.
I think he just said the system works.
It does.
Try it. Try it. You'll like it. That's another advertising slogan.
Live it. You'll like it.
Oh yeah. That's why he's the priest.